our dear viewers. My name is Uncle Beard, of course, and I'm here with
Angel Scarlet.
Angel Scarlet. Yes, Angel Scarlet, how are you?
I am blessed and highly favored by
Blessed and highly favored by God. Now, that means, of course, if we're speaking about highly favored, we are at a Christian school, which is King's International Christian Academy in Chisasi, and they are having their science and art exhibition happening right now. Scarlet, what have you guys come up with in this exhibition?
So they gave us the theme of to create, innovate, and sustain. So our class, we decided to make biodegradable plastic, a plastic that is able to be decomposed. So whenever we dump our rubbish, which includes plastic, the plastic that we dump has substances that are not decomposable. So we tried to make a plastic that is decomposable to make a cleaner and a greener environment.
Oh, so you did make plastic, but this time around the plastic is different from the normal plastic.
Yes.
For it decays.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. So why did you think about that? What bigger picture were you guys looking at as a project in a class?
So we were looking at pollution, global warming, carbon footprint, and there was even an incident in Chezi landfill.
Yes.
Where the rubbish poured and about 21 people died. And that is not tolerable.
Oh,
around
so it
here.
means if they had this kind of decayable,
Yes.
it would be decaying and decompose. Yes.
And would have plants and trees everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
So, okay, that's amazing. And so what is the general view for you, the general take at this science and art? Is it the only project you're able to do in? Because I'm seeing t-shirts, I'm seeing what is happening. Just give me the general view.
So, for the art,
yes, please.
Did things with our hands. We crocheted, screening on t-shirts, fabric, and then we packaged them for sale. This project, it created unity in our class.
Yes.
It gave us an open mind to innovate and create a better environment for the world.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
So thank you, Scarlett. I think we will catch up with you next year.
Yes.
Still at the same art exhibition.
Yes.
If you will still be around.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello to our viewers. Of course, my name is Uncle Beard, and coming all the way from the King's Learning Christian Academy. And with me, I have their dear Principal Jonan. Principal Jonan, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Uncle Beard, Teacher Harrison.
Yes, please. So, Principal Jonan, we would love to know what is exactly happening here, because behind us we are seeing a number of so many projects running forth here and there. What is exactly happening?
Today, the 25th of April, the King's Learning International Christian Academy is hosting parents, the King's parents, and also well-wishers and guardians for our art and science exhibition. When you look over there, all over around, we have our art and science exhibition, and the theme of this exhibition is create, innovate, and sustain. So that's why you see everyone here on this grounds trying to come and see what children are showcasing their science and art exhibits, which have been made out of their 100% creativeness and innovativeness from their own, because it is a child-centered curriculum, ACE.
Oh, it's a child-centered curriculum. So, Principal John, and maybe my next question would be, how long has it taken you to prepare these amazing projects? Because there are projects that we see that some maybe institutes or some companies may be taking years to create. For example, Tollgate. How long did it take for the students individually to create such projects?
Well, I think because we had prepared children already, our first term is always our art and science exhibition term.
Yes.
So right from last year, the children knew about this. And we always encourage them to come up with ideas, think of ideas of what they have to create, and come up with. So I believe in this shortest time, after our half term, in the 7th week moving forward, because we close in the 12th week,
Yes.
in the last half of the term, students started putting up together their things,
Yes.
of which I think it was just a short period, but because they knew already what to do, they were able to come up with all these things in a very shortest period of time, and we applaud them for that.
Okay, thank you. Now, my last take is what conclusion do you give to the parents? Because it's holiday time. You have the parents going with these amazing children who have developed such amazing projects. What is your last take on that, Principal John? And what word are you giving your parents and the parents at large in the nation?
As I again said, when we have been having the opening ceremony, I've encouraged parents not to stop on this, to support children beyond their potentials, because we believe children can do even much more. Whatever they have come up with, there is much more in store. And I've encouraged parents, and I will still encourage parents out there, as children are headed for their holidays, it is not just sitting home. They need to continue supporting the children, procuring the requirements they need, so that by the time they come back to school, they have even more projects they can be able to than those that we actually have here. So, and I believe our children are self-driven. We've taught them that self-drive, and I believe they are able to come up with these projects even during holidays. And as I say, we are trying to transform classroom into innovative hubs, and that's why you see parents supporting us in this. And I continue encouraging even parents out there who are even not part of Kings to be able to support their children in every step of their way for their growth and also maturity in this, because there is much more they can actually solve, because all these projects are aiming at solving future problems.
Okay, thank you, Principal Jonan. Since we've mentioned about future problems, I hope we'll be back next year, same time, with another future science and art exhibition.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Very good afternoon, good morning, dear viewers. My name is Uncle Beard, all the way from the King's Landing Christian Academy, and with me I have Madam. Okay, and they are a part of the actually organizers of this science and art exhibition. Would love to just pick a leaf from you. What is exactly really happening here on ground?
So, thank you for having me. Today, it's an art and science exhibition. We have students come up with projects and then build them together and then display it for us to see the things that they can create, the things that they can innovate, and how it can help the society, the community to sustain our community. So, yeah.
Okay, our community. Now, I've seen a number of projects. I've seen robotics. I've seen what kind of amazing projects do you have here, and which project really stood out? And I understand you are an external support to the school. So how are you empowering them? In which capacity? Because we need to get to know that, and then we can be able to see how next time we have a better science and art exhibition.
Okay, so for me,
Yes.
I am the national coordinator for World Robot Olympiad, which is a global competition where young people, young learners like these ones
Yes.
come together and build robotic projects, and then they showcase it, compete, and win awards, and just get the exposure with their peers. So today we have several robotic projects. I can't even pinpoint because all of them are impressive.
Yeah,
they are proud. They are impressive. They are really good. So we have worked with the trainer, the robotics trainer. We've been able to work with the young people, help them streamline their projects, perfect it, make them look, what they're looking right now.
Yes.
And that's our support in the system
Yes.
to allow them to see that what they are doing, they can actually present it at a national level and also at a global level.
Great. You said you're coming in from the National Robotics Committee. My question would be, how do you think government can be able to support us? Because there has been a gap with robotics where people are saying they're learning robotics, but there's space for career for robotics.
Yeah.
So how is that bridge going to be gapped up together?
So the beauty about what's happening right now within the education sector is that we have now the competency-based curriculum, which now has pushed schools to work on the different extracurricular activities, like the robotics, the STEM activities, the art.
Yes, please.
And that, in our part and understanding, is the government's involvement. The fact that they have changed the curriculum now has pushed schools to think outside the box.
So steps have been taken.
Yes, and actually embrace such activities. So it's something that they are now looking at and giving it attention.
Okay, so maybe our last take from you, Madam Valentine, our last take from you to our dear audience, the viewers and the world at large.
So for me, these such initiatives are the things we need right now for parents to get involved, to allow their students, their children to get involved in activities that allows them to be creative, to innovate, to use the skills that they are learning, acquiring in such spaces to build themselves and also position themselves to compete globally and have the skills that they need in the 21st century. So parents, schools, communities need to hold hands and work together, and the government as well.
Okay, thank you. It has been great talking. Hello, Mami Braka.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, teacher. How is you?
Yes, we are at this amazing science and art exhibition at King's Learning Christian Academy, and I see you holding some amazing art pieces. What was your take? What has been the outstanding, maybe amazing project so far you've seen at your side? And what is this that you're holding, basically? Have you already purchased one? Or
I've actually purchased both of them.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and these two belong to my daughters.
Wow.
Briella, Amulen, who's 10 years, and then Basha.
10
Prince.
years?
10 years has made this.
Yes.
It's called Peg with the Penguin.
Wow.
And then Basha has made this. Yes.
The Ugandan emblem.
The Ugandan emblem.
We should call the president to purchase it. Yes, please.
Exactly. I had to purchase both of them.
Yes.
But I should say the art pieces this year are amazing. The children have taken it to another level. Yes. But also what has really stood out for me are the science projects. Yes, especially when they've come to programming, website designing, where Braka has actually also excelled.
Yes.
Really, it is another level altogether. So Kings this time has really taken it high level. Yes, this year.
Okay, now we had a gap that we're speaking about.
Yes.
Once we are in holidays, I mean, we are in the school program.
Yes.
And the moment schools are done, the kids normally go back home.
Yes.
So what advice do you give parents to keep this to be continue or the learning to be progressive? What advice do you give your fellow other parents, mostly in the holiday time? What could be done?
Yes. So that's actually very key because you can see that some of these things were done within just 1 week.
Yes.
Yes. And they were able to do amazing things. So I'd like to actually commend parents, first of all, for what has been done, but also to actually encourage them to continue supporting their children, to see what is it that they're interested in, and to see how to continue taking this further. For example, especially Basha and Briella, they're very good with designing. Many times even with their dolls, they're really good with their hand skills. So buying the materials that are necessary and encourage them to continue doing that. But for example, Braka, who actually is very gifted with programming,
Yes.
to see what else can she do.
A boot camp
Even, yes, a
or-
boot camp or,
Yes.
participate in some of these things so that she can continue really harnessing these skills.
Yes, yes.
Because for some of these skills, they can actually make money out of it.
Yes. So thank you, Mami Braka, and I hope we will see you again the next. What is the main outstanding project for you? You can kindly have that down to it. Yes. What is the main outstanding project for you that if you've seen it and it has wowed you? Yes. I know all have done great.
Yes.
But what has stood out for you?
So about 3 projects have stood out for me.
Yes.
There is the game project by Muhumuza,
Yes,
friend.
yes.
And then also the dustbin, the dry
automatic
dustbin,
dustbin,
automatic
yes.
dustbin.
Yes,
It was
yes.
just amazing how they're programming it. But
Yes.
really what stood out for me was the toll gate,
The
the
toll
automatic
gate.
toll gate.
Yes.
Just seeing the codes behind everything and seeing that really this came to life. I participated in actually painting the board and I did
Wow.
not know what was going to come out. So for
Yes,
me,
yes.
it really has come to life in a way that I'd never expected.
Okay.
So what we just advise them is to see how can you make that everything that is not that is not supposed to go through. How can you make it more specific
Yes,
so that
yes.
it just doesn't keep opening? But otherwise, they did a really amazing job. Yes.
Oh.
But also maybe for the next exhibitions, maybe it would be good so that we're able to appreciate everything for the students to just present to the parents one at a time, so that we're able to really appreciate
Yes,
everything
yes,
together, and then maybe we can just continue having the
Display at
But
once.
if people can come and display at once, so that all parents are really able to appreciate things,
Okay.
yes, at the same time, that would really be great.
Okay.
Yes.
So, dear viewers, that is the take home where we need to see if we can create a system where children can present individually to all the parents so that we see appreciation at large happening. Thank you. We meet again next.